Alright, so this is a piece of heat treat I got from Sal. Okay, 340 degrees for 5+ hours. So maybe we'll have better luck with this one. The other one turned out to be a Dalton. This is what it looks like. Yep, it's all finished. Okay. So it was still not easy to flake through this area, even from the side. See how that looks right there? And on this side? This, for some reason, that dark area is difficult to nap. I did run a couple more flakes into each side to smoothen that out. But yeah, it was still difficult to run flakes on this side, even the pressure flakes. And it's got plenty of convexity. Okay, so it is translucent. This one will be available in the auction. Okay, so it's a little Dalton. All right. Now, let's see if we have better luck with this, which means I'm going to reduce it quite a bit in size. Now, there's a crack right there. I don't know how deep that goes. So what am I going to do? And there's also a crack here. Well, let's see. I know for sure that if I break this part off, I can use this part. You can see how deep that crack goes. Well, let's just see. If I'm gonna lose this anyway, probably. Let's just knock it down. And I'm gonna use my my unused Mike Tufts bopper with flakes in the handle. Yes, yes. Some kind of epoxy resin handle. I don't know. Acrylic. Something like that. Okay, so the crack is still there. Let's see how we can get through here. Let's see if we can get through. Unscathed. No. We are going to be scathed. I think we're going to be scathed. Yeah. Let's see. Gotta work on that. And that. What I mean by that, we're going to nap into it. When am I going to start the formal instructional videos? Very soon. I think I'm going to limit them in time to 30 minutes per segment. Yeah. I had to clear my phone of the other videos because it clogs up my phone and I don't have a way to store them on my computer. So, but if I limit the video length to 30 minutes, I can voice narrate pretty fast. And then delete the videos off my phone. Let's see. So I think that crack doesn't go very deep. I think that's it. I don't see it anymore. I see maybe a little remnant right there. But that's it. I think that's not going to be an issue. Nope. We got plenty of length on here. We're going to do multiple attempts at fluting again with the next Clovis attempt. And anything that's a failure will end up in the auction as something else. That's the way it usually goes if I work on projects on the side. Yeah. And The failures end up in the auction as some, something else. I make something else out of the ones that fail, out of the Clovises that fail. Let's see. I think we got through there. This is going to be much easier to run long flakes on if it keeps up. Yes. Although stuff like this can be very snap and halfish. Come on. It's still a little tough, which is not a bad thing. Come on. Okay. Now, the way I do it many times is I make the thinning flakes first, and I just nap around the thinning flakes. From, the flutes from the base. I make them in there. I put them in there first, and then I nap around them. Yeah. Because apparently there seem to be very important feature in Clovis points, so everything, therefore, becomes an attempt to make the long flakes and to preserve the look. So what better way to do it than to install them first and then nap around them, instead of napping a perfect preform, so to speak, and then try to flute that perfect preform. Yeah. I'll do the flutes first and then nap around it. Yeah. Of course I've got to eliminate lots of the bulk first. And there might be a crack right here. No, I think that's a step fracture. Make both sides equally convex. Hopefully these sides are consistent with each other. But usually it's easier to run a long flute or thinning flake on one side than the other. Yeah. Usually ends up that way. All right. Let's trim it down a little bit more. Yeah. Which that scooped it a little bit. Yeah. It's a good sign when they can stay together, those flakes. Hopefully it means the rest of this is not snap and halfish. But hopefully we're not going to get that when we attempt the flute. Yeah. Let's see. Easily repaired, relatively speaking. Yeah, so, okay. I don't know, I'm gonna have to be conservative on the flutes on this one too. See how it stopped? That will probably happen, when doing the thinning flake. Oops, come on. Yeah, alright, well. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, I begged for this piece. No, I did not beg. I don't think Sal likes working this stuff. Yeah. It can be nerve-wracking, but it's one of my favorite. Yeah. One of my favorite materials. I think a lot of it has to do with the color of the material. I just like the amber color. Yeah, for sure. Now I can start the fluting process from here or from here, from the wide end or the narrow end. I think it was done either way back in Clovis times. In fact, I think many of the Folsoms were done this way with the initiation of the thinning flake from the narrow end. Okay, but I'm going to do it from the wide end. Yeah. And I've never been one to use a lot of jigs or, spend a lot of time making jigs. I have used jigs and I have used a wood backing to try to make the Clovis, a wood support piece. I've used heavy leather support pieces. It's just a lot less fuss if I just do everything freehand. Yeah. So that's the way I do it. All right. So let's get this more regular looking. Smoother all the way around and consistent thickness. Yeah, okay. Get rid of any crackly junk. I installed some crackly junk. Trying to get rid of the crackly junk, not install it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Beauty. That's a good sign. Yeah. Already got a ridge too. Let's see if it helps. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. How can it possibly not help? I don't know. Sometimes it just stops right in the middle. It stops and doesn't want to continue up the ridge. It chokes. We shall see. It chokes if I don't add enough force or apply enough force. Let's see. That time it did it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, is that thin enough? That's not thin enough. There's no way. It's super thick still. How do I know it's still super thick? I've got 4 shafts over there. I doubt that this will fit into any of them. But the 4 shafts are in the house. Never mind. Let's just see how thin I can get it. First, I'm going to take some off the sides and then one down the middle. That's the theory. 1, 2, then 3 down the middle. Maybe. I don't know. You might say, isn't doing it this way kind of wasteful? Oh, yes. It's probably why Clovis didn't last very long. Not compared to Dalton or some of the other points of the era. I don't know. Should I? Am I in a good position to thin it down? I think I'm in a good position. Yeah. Come on. What do I do? I got copper on there. I don't think I'm in a good position now that I look at it again. It's just like looking at it from the side. You think if I think I can thin it from the side with a flake like that, I can thin it from the base. There's no difference in thinning. If I was on the side, do I think I could do it? I say to myself, yeah, it could be a little bit better, maybe. I think it's good now. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so I just need to nap around it. And eliminate any cracks. Yes, yes. Good, good. And since this is going to be successful, this particular one's not going to be in the auction. Yeah, this is for somebody else. This is a side project. I've got several more Clovises to go. But yeah, that's the thinning flakes. I'm just going to nap around it. And if it is still too thick, I'll take another thinning flake. Yeah, it might still be too thick. Yeah, so let me nap around it a little bit and see. so this is the important one. Oh, that's not good. Still kind of tough. It's not good because then I gotta hit it really hard to do any long flakes. I still need to do some long, bold flakes to make it look more Clovis-y. Yeah, long, bold, thinning flakes from the base, long, bold, thinning flakes from the face also, or from the sides onto the face. Just like many other points from other time periods, you know, big, bold flakes for everything. You might say, but, I've always heard that paleo flaking has a certain characteristic to it. No. There's various types of flaking in the paleo period. There's no such thing as paleo flaking. If there is such a thing, it's localized. That certain localities had points that were flaked in a certain way. Yeah, for cultural reasons or whatever. The nappers copied each other in the area. Or maybe there wasn't very many nappers and one guy was making hundreds of points. And he had the same style because that's his style. It's localized. Oh, dang. That didn't sound good. Incipients. All right, so this is the important side. I gotta shape everything around this flute here. Okay, around that thinning flake. Yeah, I can thin it down some more for sure. Yeah. All right. Let's remove some of the surface without removing too much of that flute. I can intrude into the flute, but I just don't want to remove too much of it because then it loses the look. Of course, back in the day, they didn't care about the look of it, just if it's functional for whatever they were using it for. And for some reason, they wanted a long, relatively narrow thinning flake. Just like everywhere else, they wanted these long, relatively narrow thinning flakes. Some of the Clovis points had big, bold flakes like this everywhere. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. This might encroach a little bit too much. No, it worked out okay. Took the lump out, still have the flute intact. Yeah. Alright. That was lucky. Yep. I will admit it. Everything's still being done, shaped around that one side here. Very soon I'll be able to run a thinning flake again from this side. Yeah. Or I might just run one more. I'll have 2 thinning flakes. Yeah. That might be what I'll do. Yes. Don't tell it what I'm gonna do. Gotta sneak up on it. I'm just messing with the symmetry a little bit. See what I got. I can run another flake up that way. Theoretically, should be able to. Can't think about it too much. It didn't do it. It stopped. So, what does that mean? That means I didn't do it right. Yeah. It means I didn't do it right. So how do I do it right? I just try again. I think I can run some more flakes. Let's just see. I need to be a little more careful about where the flakes are going to go now. It's not so obvious anymore. That flake didn't run. And there was a nice little ridge there and everything. Of course, I didn't hit it as hard as before because I can't. It's a lot thinner now, and if I hit it really hard, it risks snapping it in half. Too much risk. Everything risks snapping in half, but it's too much risk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape it very close to the final shape and then run a flake. See, I might be able to create another ridge in here. Yeah. See where I'm losing width again. I mean, losing length. I'm losing length fast. But in this case, it's because I want to thin it down a lot more. Yep. No, not like that. Probably should have made it more narrow before I started that. I don't know. Should be able to run it to the center. Yeah, like that. Run the flakes to the center. Shouldn't be all that bad. I've been practicing for weeks on running flakes to the center, mainly because I'm going to be doing a lot more Scotch Bluff and Eatons. I haven't forgotten. You thought I forgot, huh? Why don't I make a big fat Clovis? Because most Clovises are like 1 inch by 3 inches. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect size. Or let's say 1 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. I got an average one time of all the Clovises that I've seen. I took measurements and I averaged them all out. I think it was 1 1/4 wide by 3 1/4 inch long. The average. All right. Yeah, usually it works out well if the striking area is not perfect. It's just got to be strong. All right. Let's see. Good enough? Maybe? It looks kind of weird. That's all right. Yeah, so I just nap around those areas. It's still not thin enough right there. So I'm going to have to intrude into the flute or into the thinning flake to make it thinner right there. This side looks okay. Yeah. All right, so I just got to nap. That was a bummer. I should have... I think it hit a different consistency in this area. Yeah, that's my excuse. Not too much. I don't need to do much on this side at all. All this work now is going to be on this side. Once I get it to the right shape, I'm going to stop because I don't want this to be an 1.5-hour video, and I'll finish it off camera for the. I'm going to make a Simpson type Clovis. Yeah, I'm intruding into there so I can thin it down. I'll stop here in a minute because it's already 35 minutes. I don't want to keep these videos too long anymore. I want to get back into the habit of, 35, 45-minute videos. That way when I do the voiceovers, it doesn't get me all depressed. It's going to take forever to do the voiceovers on each video. I can fit in 30 minutes and 40 minutes here and there, but having to try to fit in an 1.5 hours here and there, in addition to the 1.5 hours that it took me to nap it, hour and a half narration plus an 1.5 hours to nap it, I run out of time really, really fast, and I don't have hardly any time for anything. as it is. I spend time doing live streams because I want to get some input. I want to get practice on doing live streams. And I enjoy them. Yeah. I also enjoy taking naps. But instead of sitting around taking naps and stuff, which I don't need to do in many cases, just do a live stream. Yeah. That's more productive. A lot of times I take a nap and I don't need to take a nap. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't have much time. I complain about not having enough time, and then I take naps. Yeah, I know. Just the way it goes. I gotta watch this because I can't make the top too narrow. I think I'm already messed up a little bit with that little bite. It's gonna be narrow down here, but it can't be too narrow up here. But I gotta do big bold flakes. I gotta do the big bold flake thing. Can't help it. That didn't work. Yeah. Sacrifice a lot of the edge just so I can try to get big bold flakes, and it didn't work. Oh well. I'm doing it the way they used to because Clovis is very wasteful. Yep. There we go. I don't like the step fracture, but it's good. Big flake. Yeah. Yikes. I say yikes because it's getting thin. I'm going to stop here in a minute because if I don't, I'll snap it. Yeah, I'm tired already. I've done a lot of napping today. Thin enough, yes. Except up here. Okay. I'll do a little more thinning now that I'm in the groove. Or in the zone. I'm so much in the zone, I'm still taking bites out of the edge. Yeah, not supposed to. What am I doing now? Just doing damage control. See if I can take out some lumps. Make it look smoother. Make it straight from the side view. I need to make the blade straight all the way down. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Pick my flakes carefully is what I need to do. Okay. I don't want it to become imbalanced. Yeah, like that. Yeah, everything else is just persnickety flaking. All right. Yes. Everything's straight. Bold flaking. Yeah, I'll finish this off camera. I think this will be sufficient for what I need. I'm going to try again with another Clovis for the off-camera project I'm working on. If I make another one that's better than this, I'll use the other one. And I'll sell this one. For some reason, I can't get the flakes to travel well right there. Anywhere in this area. See that? It's all weird right there. See, this is supposed to fan out. See, that flake right there is not supposed to go that way only. See how it created that land bridge? It's so weird. Yeah. That kind of unpredictability worries me. Yeah. It's thin enough, I think, for Clovis. Yeah. But, I wanted to flatten that out. Looks like I'm not going to be able to. Take a big old flake from this side, but then it's going to make this area look weird. I don't know. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do without messing it all up? And make it look a little better. Nothing. Probably nothing. I'm gonna intrude on this too a little bit. So it's gonna hardly look fluted at all. So let's try to expand this thinning flaking on this side. I tried it. Didn't do it. Just got crunch and munch. That's it. That's all it did is give me crunch and munch. It reached, but it didn't get that spot. What's up with this spot? I don't know. None of these contours are good. Nowheres. Yeah, it's all crackly. It's not supposed to be that way. It's thin enough, but it's not supposed to be all crackly. And I can't do any more thinning or I'll mess up the straightness. It'll be curved. So I'll try again on another one. If the other attempts don't work, then I'll just have to send this one off. I'll show it to you when it's done. Yeah, there's no sense in trying to run another flake there because that spot, although I did run a flake through there from the side, for some reason the spot is a little bit finicky. That could be a lucky flake. If I try to run another flake through there, it's possible I could smoothen that out with one more flake, but I would have to make this deeper, strengthen that up, and blast another flake through there. Or I could do it one from the side, but if I do it from the side, it installs a curve. Yeah, it's already very flat on this side. There's no meat in there. Mm-hmm. It's already too deep anyway. Probably not going to match the pattern. I have a pattern for the one I need to make. This is probably not going to match it. So, we'll see what happens. I'm tempted to run another flake. If you can't tell, that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know. It's a long shot. I don't have much material, especially of this quality. Did it almost do it? It did almost do it. It's just that spot. See, the flake went pretty good. It just didn't go far enough. Dang. Let's see. I'm doing damage control with endings of flakes. I don't like it. That's the worst scenario. Worst case scenario is doing damage control with endings of flakes. I can shoot another flake in here, but that's the ending of the flake. It's the worst situation. Yeah. Okay. It's getting a little bit better. I installed a slight curve, but I think it got better. Yes? It doesn't look so crackiola. And I had no way to predict what was going to happen there. Yeah. Many times the solution is just to thin it down even more. But if it gets too thin, it looks stupid. Clovises are not supposed to be real thin. Nope. Actually, that was the best scenario I could have hoped for. Yeah. It's thin enough. That thinned it down enough for hafting, for sure. Yeah. That's thin enough. I'll just leave it. I'll finish it up off camera. Yeah, alrighty. I'll take a snapshot of the good side. Okay. Oh. Alrighty, there you go. Still an hour long. It's going to be a hard habit to break, doing these long videos. Alrighty, there you go. That's it.